Did you just finish binge eating and decided enough is enough? Maybe you want a fresh start. Well, stick around because we're going to discuss how to get back on track. The first thing you can do is just get back to your normal routine and stick to your original plan. I know you're probably feeling depressed, you have all these negative thoughts in your mind. You may also feel helpless. It's easier said than done, but you need to just put it behind you and move on. Start your day off in a positive way. You want to do things as you would in any normal day and have no regrets. What I do to start my day off personally is to drink 32 ounces of water and then take my supplements, even on days when I end up binging. This follows me into my next point, which is try not to fast or restrict your calories the following day. Now, while fasting is good, it has its time and place. There's definitely a right and a wrong way to do it. Simply doing it as a way to fix a binge is definitely not the right way you want to be approaching it. What I want you to understand is that you didn't do anything wrong. This is normal and it happens. Don't try to make up for a day or two or even week of binge eating by restricting your calories or even worse, not eating at all. This can begin a vicious cycle where you're punishing yourself every time you slip up. You massively overeat and then severely undereat the following day. Then you start going back and forth between the two. You want to avoid doing this because it can save you from a bad relationship with food. The next thing you can do to get back on track after binge eating is to remove your Apple Watch, Fitbit, or similar device. The logical thing in our mind is to increase our activity after a binge. It's not necessarily a bad thing that we want to do more. It's just that when we're constantly looking at our Apple Watch or Fitbit, we start developing a big problem. Then we slowly start obsessing over the numbers on the watch. You start counting every single step that you take. This is in an effort to compensate for the excess eating. And while it may not seem like a big deal in the beginning, it can lead to a great amount of mental stress. I remember being on a treadmill over 2 hours, and then what I do is compare it to the calories burned on the watch. At the time, I was trying to burn around 1,500 calories or so. Let's just say that didn't work and I ended up burning myself out. It is not worth it. Keep in mind, the journey that we're on is not for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or even months. The overall goal is to live a long, healthy life. The next tip, you don't really hear people talking about this, but what you also want to do is to do things that make you happy. After you finish doing all your daily tasks, try doing things that'll boost your mood and put a smile on your face. Maybe you normally enjoy drinking a cup of coffee, playing a video game, or even watching TV. I know that all of you out there have something you do that can cheer you up. One thing you want to avoid when getting back on track is social media, because it can really mess with your emotions. A lot of the time when you're scrolling through your feed, you'll probably see a jacked guy or insanely fit girl. Subconsciously, you start making comparisons, and this is where the negativity starts. So stay away from social media at least until you get back on track. Now, the final tip I have for you guys is training. That's right, we all knew this was coming. Before you start your workout though, write down what your session is going to look like. That way you have a solid plan before you even begin. Once you start, you can use all that energy and channel it towards your workout. Grab your headphones, put on some good music, or even listen to an audiobook to get you in the zone. I take advantage of this and I actually challenge myself. You can try to lift a little bit heavier or even complete a few bonus sets. You'll notice you're stronger and able to do a lot more simply because of the extra calories you ate. Once you completed your workout, you'll feel a whole lot better. I know that binge eating can be stressful mentally and even harder to get back on track. You go through all sorts of things. Your mind likes to trick you to the point where you're questioning yourself. But believe me, you're stronger than you think. Go ahead and try some of these tips and let me know how they're working for you. Also, be sure to check out the other videos in the playlist. I'll see y'all in the next video.